My name is Sherry. You probably know this, but what you probably don't know is that on Saturday I turned 30. I am a Pisces, and March 4th in 87 is when I was born. Therefore, here I am, 30, almost 30 years later, and talking about some some things that have came through my mind as I was looking back on the past year. And I've been having to do little things to remind myself lately of how far I've come over the past year and over the past decade, really, and each decade. Um, Sometimes it feels like we're not learning anything when we are, and I think I'm starting to realize that a little bit more, like, even when it feels like I've taken a step back. Um, just because it was hard doesn't mean I didn't learn something. And it's really hard for me because I'll beat myself up if I make a mistake. Like, I should have known this. I've been through this. But, that's sort of not the point here, but I guess it kind of is. I was looking at a journal entry that I made in my spiritual journal a year ago. Well, almost exactly a year ago. It was around my birthday, on March 6th. And I was doing a reading to check in on where I am in my life right now, or where I was in my life right now. And I'm looking back, and it makes so much sense. And I just wanted to share it because there was something I saw towards the end of this reading that kind of clicked with me, because I've been wondering, all these readings that I've been doing have said, like, you're coming into change, things are going to go your way, right now you've got the power of manifestation, then all of a sudden, not too long after that, you're getting stuck in old habits and you need to break free of this stuff. And it's a constant, I feel like I'm doing this, but I am a fish, so maybe part of the problem these years is that I've needed not really to learn how to swim, but learn how to navigate. Because when I know how to, when I really want to do something, and when I really put in the effort to know how to, I'm really good at it. I'm really quick about it. But when I don't, and when I'm scared, or when I'm resisting the current, so to speak, everything just gets all fucked up. But so yeah, I was talking a lot about that, and like the time that I was in my life right then, was solitude, and it was telling me the only person that can make the change is me. And like, it still took me a while to sort of get to that, and I'm still trying to integrate my will and my power into that kind of change. But the real thing that I looked at when I was asking for advice, I wrote that I came into my heart space and pulled out a different deck than I had been using in that reading, and I asked what I really need to know. And it's funny because amethyst has been coming up a lot lately, like everywhere I turn. And the card for that was amethyst wings. And I wrote, "You will soon be free of fear. Trust that you are protected and safe when you feel resistant to change." And I think that's what I needed to hear today. That keyword, soon. You will soon be free of fear. And the thought that came to mind when I read that word soon is the fact that I'm sitting here right now and remembering some of the events that I wrote about in my journal, and how it feels just like yesterday, and it feels like it just happened, and like, where did a year go? And it gets quicker and quicker each year, and it seems like the more stagnant I am and more stuck I am in a certain event or in a certain feeling or resisting to change, the time, it doesn't, I mean, I know, I understand time, and what people say about time, but in those darker moments for me, it even more so feels like it's non-existent. Like, what happened to the month? What happened to the year? What has really changed? I'm living the same year over and over again. And that's something I've been saying a lot lately, that I've noticed I'm really trying to make sure I'm ingraining in myself I cannot keep living the same year over and over again. I'm not going into my 30s reliving my 20s another decade like I've seen so many adults do. So, I mean, I've seen adults in their 40s still stuck at 16-year-old brain. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Most of my family is like that. And part of my problem has been shaking the belief, like the observations I've made about my family, that I don't have to be that just because I've seen so much of it in my family. And that keyword soon. You know, for the past year, I've sort of been like, this is bullshit. I should feel better. I've read these books. I've done this work. I've, done this and that, and this is bullshit. I feel like I should have done this by now. I'm stupid. I can't do it. But I'm doing things this time last year that I was trying to do this time last year, and it was way harder to overcome the fear. And I'm still working on overcoming the fear, but I don't think that I'm too stupid to do it anymore. I don't think that I'm not capable. I think I'm very, very much so capable, as so long as I get the self-control down and the will down, the consistent will and the consistent feeling like I can. And I feel like a lot of people does this. A lot of people do this, I mean. And I even wrote down heal past love in all forms. Like, heal past it. Anytime I feel that love has disappointed me, it wasn't love. Whoa. Yeah, anytime you feel like love has walked out on you, or like love has disappointed you, or love is the thing that hurt you, I feel like that's not love. I feel like love goes deeper than that. And I feel like, yeah, I think that's basically all I'm trying to say there. And what was funny is I also, this time last year, we were thinking about moving to a new home. And it's funny because he's not even in that location anymore. We were going to do it to be closer to John's work. And, basically all I had asked was that the home that was for the highest good of our family would manifest itself to bring about a change. And nothing felt right. We ended up not moving. And I guess staying in this home really was for the highest good of all, because there's so many things that wouldn't have happened. And appreciation for this home that I wouldn't have had, things that I wouldn't have learned about being humble if we had moved. And it probably really would have been a mistake, considering, some of our reasons for wanting to move, didn't pan out. But yeah, I was just thinking about that and how, when we have to realize that things don't happen by our definition of time. And if you're expecting something to happen right now, that I feel like I'm struggling here now, because sometimes that can be great and everything like that, but you really have to let go of you really have to try to let go of your expectations, because things still truly happen as they're meant to. And I'm learning that, but I also am learning it was all upon my will to change, to do the thing, to do the action that would have brought the progress a bit sooner, but that was all in my will. Not that it wasn't meant to happen, but I think there were also things that I needed to learn that I couldn't have learned in a different mind space. So in a way, those moments that felt like my destruction, I needed those. As scary as it was, I don't know if I would have the thought processes I have now, if I wouldn't have had those moments. So, basically, I think I've really, usually when I get to this point, I feel like I've said everything I've needed to say, but, it was just something to think about, and something that I felt like I, again, wanted to work through verbally. So yeah, I'll just go ahead and stop here. Love you guys. Happy birthday to all the Pisces out there. And all that fun stuff. Much love.